I cannot imagine you as a man.
Well, if I was a man, I would definitely want to explore you.
Gaffy,
look, you see, the way you were like, do you see how you said it? How you said it?
Big T, 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 big T.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone, back to the Big Talk podcast where we talk about the story of African youth and everything that happens everywhere in the world. Today we have amazing special guests. We got Zuleiha and we got
Gaffy the Explorer.
Gaffy the Explorer. So that's it today. We have two amazing, lovely, sexy, beautiful guests. And we don't have your usual Klinsman and Chavala, but you know what I'm saying. You know, we got some. We got a little some. And we're going to dive into the minds of Gaffy the Explorer and Zuleiha. Zuleiha, is there the something that you are, like the way Gaffy the Explorer is the Explorer?
So I guess I'm multi-dimensional. I'm a software project manager and I'm a writer. As you might have seen from my social media, I be writing stuff and I be presenting it, sexily.
Sexy.
I mean, not to toot my horn,
Yeah, it's very bad.
Yes, I guess some people will tag it spoken word, but I don't. I just call them writings and I present them because I know people are so lazy to read.
Or have dyslexia.
I mean, if you have dyslexia, then then you're welcome because then I present it to you, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Gaffy, what is this Explorer thing? Are you like Dora the Explorer, or let's know what the Explorer is?
The Explorer thing that I'm using to bend people's neck. Okay, Gaffy the Explorer. Gaffy is just a girl that loves to explore different places, food, people, culture. I just believe like the world is so big that you should not be in one place. You should always like explore any opportunity you have. So basically Gaffy now is traveling and discovering different food especially culture and different things that like everywhere you go you see something new. So yes, and I'm showcasing that to people through my lens on my social media.
What is your social media handle again?
Gaffy the Explorer.
Okay. Just asking.
How do you spell Gaffy?
Gaffy, Gaffy, then DTHE Explorer.
Is that your government name, Gaffy?
If you want to ask for government name, that one long ago, but
yeah.
Let's just leave it as Gaffy the Explorer. Yes.
So Zuleiha and Gaffy, you are siblings, aren't you?
We are cousins, but I mean, our cousins aren't siblings.
We are not siblings.
Cousins aren't siblings, are they?
Yeah, well, I don't think
because
cousins are
siblings is like a general.
Yeah, because like cousins are allowed to marry each other.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Oh my God! In Islam,
not just
in
Islam, not just Islam, because
I feel like in Nigerian culture is more accepted. Like okay, this is second cousins.
Not just Nigerian culture.
Like
in fact,
allowed. Because
they believe that there's now a mix of blood.
Yeah.
They are like external parties. So if you want to see them from a biological aspect, they don't really have the same genes passing through them.
I think it's nasty. That's just me, please, personally.
So if I were to be a guy,
first cousins. You know, there's like first cousin and there's second cousin.
First cousins, second cousins. Just stay away from the family, the relations. Like I don't want to. No.
I think the cousin thing, they said like you can marry. You can marry from your father's? It's confusing. So just leave your cousin.
Yeah, I honestly
like I'm indifferent about it
just
because
leave your.
I've been enlightened. I have been manipulated to believe that is a norm.
Yeah, I can understand like seeing your cousin and appreciating their beauty and attraction and everything, but pursuing it for like, for a sexual relationship or for even marriage, I feel like that's common. Like explore, be like Gaffy and go further, go out. There's a shit ton of people in the world.
The cousin?
It happens. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not encouraging it. But like I said, I've been manipulated and convinced to believe that it's a norm. So I'm just like
I feel like this manipulation was from a cousin. Yeah.
No, not from. No. Look, I'm not into I'm not into any of my cousins.
No, I didn't say you were, but the person who was manipulating you to get into it, was that a cousin?
No, it was a family member. They were like trying to make me see, trying to make me see why it's not
that bad.
That bad, but like personally, like you, I'm not. It's not my thing. I wouldn't like support my child being into my bros or my cousins.
It's
child.
just.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I just like
I think
look. The world is so
I think
huge.
I'm talking like as an explorer, right?
Yeah.
I've seen things that I know that I can't participate in, but I allow people do them.
Oh, most definitely. We're not castigating that. Like, people can do it, but for personally, I cannot imagine you as a man.
Well, if I was a man, I would definitely want to explore you.
Gaffy,
Look, you see the way you were like, you see how you said it. How you said it. I don't know if it's a compliment or if it's like
I don't.
movement.
No, I'm not a man. I'm not a man.
So I feel like we should forget that happened just now.
Yeah.
Cut this out.
I want to forget that happened.
We will cut it out.
Okay.
So we're not cutting anything now.
I feel like we introduced ourselves, but you didn't introduce yourself. I know you're a host, but can you tell us, what Owi is about?
What Owi is about? What I'm about? I'm an artist. I am a jack of all trades in the field of art. I love everything that concerns art, physical drawings, digital graphic design, music. I've not really done anything in the acting field, but I'm interested in poetry.
Hey.
Yeah, I admire every form of art.
You should hear some of her.
Human beings.
Have you been following up with her? Yes.
Yeah, of course. See, that's part of why we're here today.
Okay.
Like I've been following up with your page and your Instagram page is not so you don't post a lot.
I don't. Sadly enough.
Stories.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like everyone is unique and everyone is unique in the way they use social media and how as artists how they express themselves, and I find how you express yourself in the means of what do you call it, writing, yes, very interesting.
Thank you.
And your way with words and stuff. The most recent stuff you posted about Arthur was specific about the way his name is being pronounced and everything. It's just what it does to someone's mind is very interesting. It's like like as human beings we are trained
like
to
you can picture it
information in a certain way, but like then you come in a like different perspective and like what you say, how it's perceived. I feel like it's very interesting in general.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Please, can I also comment on are these paintings, drawings?
Acrylic on canvas paintings, Pokemon collectibles. There's one right beside you. That's Venusaur.
Okay.
It's a Pokemon.
See, I'm not into Pokemons, but I know that whatever this is so well done. Your play with colors. You said you studied color theory.
Yeah. So I'm always about colors complementing each other or contrasting each other in a beautiful way. It's
really pretty.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. So I set you up for that because I was complimenting you, so you give me a compliment. That was not the words.
I welcome it.
So I guess you haven't gone through my page because I'm not getting compliments.
I don't know why.
No, I haven't gone through your page, but we had a conversation before now, and you have a decent audience, which means you have been putting work in, and you're actually working right now while we're having on the podcast. So I would say I admire your work ethic, even if you are just meeting and everything. And
I think what I like about Gaffy's posts is like the intentionality between it. She puts voiceovers over the post, so you're not only seeing the visuals, you're getting educated about the history of the place, what happened before she got the content that she's showing you. So it's really captivating. Like once you start listening, you literally would finish. It's not one of those contents where you just get bored. It's like you would watch it till it's done. I think you posted something about snakes in...
Yeah. Okay. Going through West Africa, what I discovered is that like Africans, we like voodoo, like
jazz.
We like jazz. We are made for juju. So that juju post really made a lot of noise. But I was just really showcasing like what I've seen, and people are like, you should not be advertising other religion. You know, you only have Christianity and Islam. But I'm like, no, we are Africans. We have this religion is part of our history. So the earlier we embrace it, I'm not asking you to be part of it. I'm not asking you to do it, but you need to understand that people are actually still practicing this religion. So I'm just really it exists. In fact, some of the Muslims, some of the Christians,
they are still practicing.
They are still practicing.
Please, what religion is this, and where did you discover them?
Okay, in Benin Republic, they worship. Some of them worship the pythons. So the snakes, yes. So I had the snake on my neck, and I gave a little, yes. They don't bite. They actually don't know
what's going on in their head.
They actually don't bite. So I gave like a little bit of the history of why they started worshipping the snakes and all that. And
can you give that to us now exclusively on the Big Talk podcast?
Basically, long time ago, there was a fight in the community, and the king there was forced to run to the bush. So when he got to the bush, they still came after him in the thick forest. So these pythons, they came out in number, and they were the ones that helped the king.
Oh wow!
Yes, to conquer the people that wanted to.
Wait, how did the pythons help the king?
I don't know. So like, imagine pythons coming out in numbers. You know. Those people,
see 2-3 pythons,
they will definitely run.
So even the king. So my thing is the king. So he saw like all these pythons pulling up, and he was just like, "Oh, how did he know that they were for him and not against him?"
Well, if I'm inside the forest and I see pythons running and they're passing me, because at that point you just need help. So anything, python, lions,
I feel like if I see two pythons, I would.
But you will not run back to the people that.
I would just pass out first.
So what if maybe he passed out?
Maybe he passed out, and they helped him, and then he got up and saw that.
So after that, he decided to build a temple for the pythons, and that's how they named the place like Temple of the Pythons. So people go there to worship and do all that stuff. Interesting thing. So we're told that before they use women like virgins to carry out the sacrifice, but because of men, there are no more virgins available.
Wait, that's not just because of men. That's not solely because
I forgot to put that.
What does that mean?
I forgot to put that in my video.
That's exclusive, so you have to watch the
I think that's because it's in Benin Republic. Of course, like we're in Nigeria and I'm here.
No, so she said that like men are the reasons why virgins are no more available. So
now just put the blame on men. Just put all the blame in the world.
So available in Benin Republic, right? Because I mean we're in Nigeria and I'm here.
And they're still virgins.
And I'm here, like come on.
Right here.
Okay. So we can use you. We can take you. We can take you to Benin Republic.
I don't live there.
You help them to carry out the sacrifice.
I live in Nigeria, but it's awesome that men.
It's awesome that there are no virgins in
Yes, because imagine killing someone. And
no, they don't kill them. So like it's like a pot, but you have to be pure to be able to carry the pot. So now they use like women that have reached their menopause and all that. But
so women who've reached their menopause are now sort of as pure because they've reached their menopause.
Yes.
Being a virgin, or like they've given they what happened? Like how they reached their menopause being a virgin. Is it possible?
No. I think the virginity thing and the menopause thing is that period, that phase of
pureness.
The period. The phase of period, because when you're a woman and you can see your period, that means you are still fertile and you are able to give birth.
Yeah.
So what they are looking for is like that phase, maybe a woman that's not
seeing their
period.
Virgins see their period, don't they?
So you don't understand it.
Okay, so maybe as a younger virgin.
As a young lady seeing your period. So that means if you are now like entertaining men and having like sexual activities, there's a chance for you to get pregnant and all that. So that might maybe spoil the jazz. But as a woman that you have reached your menopause, there's no possibility that you'll be pregnant and you don't know. I guess that's the. Let's just see it as that's why.
Like whatever that is.
It's like it's interesting. Do you have something to say?
I just hate how they ascribe like purity to virgins and like you're not even saying that so if it's not a virgin then it's somebody who's reached menopause. So pretty much like there's just a serious.
But if you also want to look at it, even aside the stigma, you get like there are some things that when you're pregnant you can't even do. You can't even face a lot of rays. A lot. You can't be in the sun. You can't do some things.
Okay, I think I need to know what exactly these virgins would do. So the sacrifice, what does it entail? I think
maybe we would have to go back to the temple to get.
I mean, I'm a virgin, so I don't think I should follow you there because I'm
well,
in
if you
danger.
get there, you might
Virgin
not.
Z.
You might not make it
Yeah.
back.
Out there.
So just in case you have more people on your podcast coming as virgins, we'll need them to carry out the
It's funny how you say
sacrifice.
coming out as virgin is like a sexual identity. That's
You can just
coming
say,
out
if
as a
you're a
virgin.
virgin, come on the Big Talk
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
Let's
so we
have
need
a
you in Benin
conversation.
Republic. Yeah.
Yeah. So like more virgins in Benin Republic. That's so wild. It's interesting to me. I feel like it's all philosophies. Like human beings, like I feel like there's some sense in it where like purity and all of that, but everything is philosophies, and there's a reason why Jesus died. So we don't have to like overthink sin and all of these things, because I feel like then we would. I don't know what this case was. Apparently, if you sin, thunder will strike you. But then Jesus came and he cleansed all of that, and then if you're Christian, that's what we believe in. And now when you sin, you're not visited with the wrath of God anymore. You can sin and pray to God for forgiveness. So
I believe like karma is still real.
Their iOS to even if she's like a virgin, she can be cleansed and perform the sacrifice.
And virgins be doing nasty stuff like they do. You know what?
I think the virginity they are talking about is not just really just being a virgin. It is wild like that. So it's basically like you being pure in your pure state.
Yeah.
So what is pure?
Fasting. If you fast for one day, you're a virgin.
Okay.
Because you have been detoxified
Exactly.
of every D that has been in your system. So,
But I'm sorry, I just want to buttress something. So do you ever think as a man, do you ever think about the fact that you, as a component, man, you dirty things? Like, as a woman on her own, if she's never known a man, she's pure, she's a virgin, she's good, she can be sacrificed. But once she's known a man, she becomes dirty. Like, she's no more, she's contaminated. So do you men ever think about it like, this is fucked up. This is not good PR for us, because they're pretty much saying your penis is nasty.
Is that?
Yeah, to be honest, that's a very.
But if you
point.
actually look at it, it's that.
It's not really dirt. I mean, we are made from dust to dust and all of that. Yeah, but
It's that.
to be fair, men are also losing their virginities, even if it doesn't seem like we are. Like, you know what I mean? There's so like it's. I don't feel like it's a thing of men. I feel like and I don't know why they choose just women to do the thing. I feel like it's based off male superiority as well. That's how I feel like it was men who made the decisions for women to do it. In the manipulative.
While talking about this, just
thing.
one side of the virginity and the purity and all, there are still other cases inside the temple. For example, you are not allowed, even if you're a woman or a man, to enter some certain places if you are not purified.
Yeah, do you know what I really think? I feel like there was a bad guy there who was just trying to scope babes, and he had so much, power in him.
Of course.
Because he was rescued by serpents, and he had that mad story backing him.
Of course,
then there was no social media to prove it, so he was just like, he had all that ego, and then he was like looking for a way to get virgins. I feel like that's kind of the backstory behind most of
maybe
these
he
things.
was changing the series of
Exactly. He was
virgins
just
that
like,
were
"Nah, she
coming
will give
every
virgin."
year.
Someone of like influence and all of that whole thing, one very alpha person.
Okay.
That's my own
all these
philosophy.
conspiracy theories that we would never know, because that nigga long ass dead. He's been dead
Probably
for
by
the
now.
longest.
We don't
But his
even know
legacy
how
lives
true that story is, but we chop it like that.
And Andrew Tate is one of his minions.
You need to. Next time I come here, I want to see like a painting of a python.
I thought you were going to say a painting of Andrew Tate.
No.
God forbid, that would never come out of her mouth.
I saw you say something about Andrew Tate fans really want him low-key.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, any man I'm sorry. I just have to put this out there. If you have a huge ass boner for Andrew Tate, if you quote him
he's out of jail.
If you quote him all the time, if you think he's like the top G, if you think he's the symbol of masculinity, then you want to fuck him. Just you can come out and just say that you want to have sex with him. And
is he gay?
No, but they don't know that they want to, but they really do want to. If you're a progressive, I would say well-rounded, human man who focuses on all the right things, it is absolutely embarrassing for you to posture as someone who is a huge fan of Andrew Tate. Like, that's just, honestly, it's just a principle thing. Now, of course, everybody can do what they want to do, but I've made the mistake of engaging with someone who thought Andrew Tate is like a top G, and then he would speak about him with such, he revered like Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate would post all these things, and of course, like,
he had some mad points.
So you think he has some mad points?
You're not done yet. Finish, and then I'll tell you my own view of Andrew Tate.
I mean, of course, nobody can be 100% left. They can make sense once in a while. And of course, I feel like if I even listen to these situations in which they made sense, I might find it dodgy. But yeah, so me, personally, I don't know why I'm casting myself, because somebody now can come to me and tell me that, they don't really fuck with Andrew Tate, when deep down, they do. They do. So if you as a grown-ass man, you feel like Andrew Tate is someone you can post, and you feel strongly connected to him, I don't respect it. But of course, everybody can do what they want to do, because it's Andrew Tate he's not. I don't think he's operating from a place of what's the word? It's definitely from a place of toxicity. Now, I mean, come on, look at this man. He gets into the wildest of troubles. You see all the things that go on the internet. Of course, you shouldn't believe everything. Yeah. But at least there is an iota of truth. If you continuously get into things with women, you say the wrongest stuff, everybody doesn't like you, and forget that you see women as lesser. Now, there are some men who think that they are above a woman, but they think of it not in a toxic way. They think of it in I am there to protect, I'm there, I have this responsibility of, the purpose of my life is to make sure whatever woman I'm around is good, is better, So based on that, they can say some odd things, but you can see that it's coming from the right place. But Andrew Tate is rarely coming from the right place. He just really wants he wants women to see themselves as lesser. He wants the men that he's preaching to internalize that women are lesser and they should treat women as lesser. And then these men come online, you can't even get pussy, and you are so happy to affiliate with a man who isn't very bright. Like, if you're very bright, I feel like you would see that he's not very bright. Yeah, but he does that because he has to pander to the men that are not very bright, because you're not even secure in your masculinity. You have to follow someone who is super toxic and align with what he's saying to feel assured of your masculinity. Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah. Well, okay. Do you have a take on him before? Like, what do you think about?
I just feel like he's another idol that men don't want to admit to, but basically so many men worship him. You wouldn't really see like women coming out to say, oh, like, but like there are so many men that have idolized him and what he says and what he
for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons. So and I think that's what makes him very, and he's annoying, and for people to idolize him and see him as, oh yes, he's the man, he's the this. So that's my take on him. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, like, I've not personally like listened a lot to Andrew Tate.
Oh, he be in dust.
Like I've seen a couple like clips on when I'm scrolling social media, like, and like I said, he does have some nice points in certain areas. Like,
I like the fact that he said some.
Yeah, he does, but I try to not religiously follow him on any of these things. In short, I don't try to do that to anyone these days, because like I was like the biggest Kanye West fan, and then I watched him, like sometimes I didn't agree with him completely, and I've seen a lot of like negative, feedback about Andrew Tate, and I just feel like that doesn't come from nowhere. If you're like completely, if you're a great person, like, and I believe in God, I feel like if God is with you, you wouldn't have that much, like negativity, even though Jesus was like, crucified and everything. But I just don't feel like as if there should be that much negativity on him as a person. And I just don't look into his PR as well. I find it like comical. I just try to make jokes out of it.
I think he's obviously, definitely, he likes the clout that he gets from saying he's a provocateur. Like, he would say the wildest things because, of course, little men would lap it up. Like, it's quick math, right? Yeah. So my problem is with the men who do not, you cannot see what is going on. So you are internalizing the things that he's saying. When this nigga is just posting, he's trying to get views. He's trying to, he's trying to be an idol for small men. And these men, like, you come out with your own mouth. No big boy will come out and say that Andrew Tate is. I love Andrew Tate. Like,
is there a line or something that you really?
I'm not going to quote any Andrew Tate's line.
Quote any of. To be fair, I don't have any of his lines in my head. But you know one thing I would say, like, he's a successful, or he appears to be.
He probably is
successful. Like, he has a Bugatti. Do you see the Bugatti he owns? The Bugatti, like how he pronounces it.
Yeah,
like, and like he apparently is in mad money. Like, he was talking about how he's going to fly his Bugatti, and he spends $400,000 just to visit his friend.
And that exactly, that's another reason why men forget their sense when it comes to these things that he's saying. It's because, this guy has so much money, and then he's ripped, he goes to the gym, and then his head is bald as shit. Okay, that doesn't count. But you're talking about,
I mean,
it's just like, look at his abs and everything, and they're looking at him and they're salivating. Oh my God, he has a Bugatti and he must be doing something right, slapping bitches around.
That part, I don't feel like, I feel like you're probably projecting it.
Projecting what?
You might find him sexually appealing, and then you're like, no, men are, because they, because people could get different things from him.
Men I swear, men that love Andrew Tate want to fuck him. Look, they do. They don't know that they do, because men do not like to search into themselves for their sexuality. And of course, I cannot speak for all men.
Yeah.
I respect the fact that, there are some men that are just silly. There are men that are just silly and just like him, but majority of the men who, who fully stand Andrew Tate want to have sex with him.
That's your philosophy, right?
Of course.
Yeah. What is the other way? What is the synonym for philosophy?
I don't know, but
ideology.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I found that really interesting. It made me think. I was like, okay, I'm not into the whole topic.
Does he have a thing for bald men?
Say that again.
Okay. Okay, so.
No, it's cool.
I have a thing for bald, rich, sexy, tall men, yet Andrew Tate cannot look.
But do you feel like as if you have been like, because you don't even really consume his content?
Yeah.
So
I just would not
negative about him.
No, of course not. Like that would be silly. I have read articles about him. I have seen his posts. Like, trust me, I'm not a hater, and I understand human nature. I know that everybody cannot be so good.
Yeah.
You can, even me, I'm a human being. I know myself. I can be trash. Like I can be trash. I can be whatnot. But he's problematic, especially for men who do not know themselves.
Yeah, just come in for 5 minutes. Let's wrap it up. So, we are not going to give this all to Andrew Tate and all of that. I'm really interested in your pen game. Like, where do you get inspiration to say all these things? Are they from real life experiences? Where does that come from? And your way with words, were you a first class English student?
No, I wasn't. I just read a lot when I was a kid. I recall when so someone in the environment that I was living in, when I was really young rather, I went into my neighbor's house, and they bought a new TV and it said Samsung, and I was really young. I don't recall how old I was, and when they turned it on, it said Samsung, and I pronounced it exactly. I pronounced the word exactly as it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that's like such a formative thing for me, because just like, I like words, right? And then I get into just reading a shit ton. And it really helped that I went to a Montessori school where you do not learn A, B, C, D, you learn Abaca, the Effica. Like, so you learn in phonetics, right?
Enunciations.
Phonetics, enunciations, yeah. So that also helped the way that I, speak. But reading, I read a lot. I was obsessed with reading. And funny story, most of the books that I read, it's not even about, I'm reading this book, this is the title. I forget what it's called. I just go into the text and start consuming it. I think that's just why I write, even though I'm losing my reading habit. But yeah, that's I've been writing for the longest. I've lost so many things that I've written, sadly enough. But yeah, but now I hope to put out more. Is
it like a hobby?
Definitely a hobby, because I have a 9-to-5. I'm a software project manager, so. But I definitely intend to put out a book whilst I'm alive eventually. So yeah.
We'll look out for that.
We look out for that,
inshallah.
And
we look out
Gaffy.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from being an explorer, is there anything else you're into?
Oh, the exploring thing is something on the side.
Yeah.
And any break I get, I just really explore.
Yeah.
I work for a non-profit organization. Yeah.
You're not going to disclose any more about this non-profit organization?
Okay.
They have contracts.
Well, if you work for non-profit, you know that it's called like an ashawo job, right? Like if you are doing this contract,
quote unquote ashawo.
You are looking for the next contract. Your eyes is in the next one. So the last project we completed was on a flood relief project for people that were affected in Lokoja
by
flooding.
Okay.
Yes, you knew about the flooding.
I live on that road sometimes.
You heard about it, right?
Yeah.
So yes, every year. Last year was something else, so that's why some people knew. Every year there are some specific places, just like Lagos. Is it the Makako or something?
Yeah.
Makoko.
Yes, every year there are some places that are always affected by flood. So we give them relief.
Not just flood, natural hazards.
Yeah, but flood. They flood.
Majorly, okay.
Yeah, that region flood. Yes.
And I think it's interesting that the relief wasn't just to go somewhere and apply. It was raw cash, right?
No, they actually these people brought in like technology whereby instead of before you give people cash to distribute to people and they don't get what they are supposed to receive. But the last project I worked on is technology based, whereby they do the registration with their phone numbers and the money is being sent to their phone numbers and they receive the money via Paga. So you actually need your phone number to activate. The first one that we had to give them cash was because they don't understand the process. So we brought in a third party to give them cash. So yeah.
Interesting. It's nice having both of you come on the show. There's a lot that we should talk about maybe later. There's
Most
a lot
definitely.
But we have to wrap up now, so hopefully there'll be a sequel.
All right, thank you. It was really
so much
nice
for coming on the show. It's really a pleasure. Gaffy and Zuleiha.
Yes.
Everything about both of them will be in the description of the video, so please check
I'm
the description.
so proud of you for pronouncing my name correctly, by the way.
You're welcome.
Shout out.
It's Big Talk, the biggest podcast. Peace. We out.
Bye.